All right, everybody, what's going on? How y'all doing? Welcome to episode number 179 of SWAC Smoke. Y'all know how it go down, man. It's Thursday. We got the crew in the house, man. What's going on to y'all, gentlemen? What's happening? How y'all doing out there?
Howdy.
What's up, y'all? What's going on?
Good evening. Good evening. What's up? What's up, Wells? What's up, Big Soldier?
What's
What's up,
happening?
everybody on YouTube? Championship week, weekend, basically now.
Yes, sir.
It's the real deal now, man. What's up, big soldier? What's going on, man?
You know how I'm feeling. I'm feeling good about this weekend coming up, man. So I'm just kind of excited to be back in Atlanta, man, because I've been 2 times and came up short. Hopefully this time we come up with the big cheese.
Oh yeah, yeah. It, it it's go time now. So I'm looking forward to this game, man. I'm looking forward to it. We're gonna of course talk all about that. Got a lot to talk about with that, and of course, we're gonna talk about the game that took place Saturday, and any and everything else. But we'll go ahead and start off with the championship game from Saturday, man. I'm gonna let the champ start it off, man. What was your thoughts on the game Saturday, man?
Game to me, it started off good. I think Jackson State they started off slow in the first half. They let Southern kind of hang around in there. And then Zy McDonald comes off the bench and gives a spark going into halftime. So it's 10-10. Southern was playing pretty good. First half, kind of, making things close. And then, second half, Jackson State just came in there and just dominated what they've been doing the second half team all year, just come in there and shut it on out and bring it on home. So hey, like I said, salute to Coach Graves, man. He put together a good team in a short amount of time, and to come out 7-1 in the West and win it, man, I think it's impressive. I think it's something definitely to hold your hat on. And in Jackson State case, hey, it was just another block in the road, and on the train track. So hey, we headed to Atlanta trying to finish the story. like my boy Cody Rose, we trying to finish that story. So hopefully, what I'm saying, we can finish the deal and get this W, not only for us but for the SWAC, because I hate to see the MEAC win, bro. When it comes to this series, I want the SWAC to dominate. It didn't matter if it was
Okay.
Jack State or whoever.
Yeah, I agree, man. At this point, they didn't got up a few. It's time for the SWAC to start making things happen. And when we send in our best team, you know what I'm saying, you got to get the job done. I ain't gonna lie, man. Going into the game Saturday, when I pull up to the stadium, I was like, I ain't really know what. Watching warm ups, you know what I'm saying, I ain't see Woods out there, so I was like, it's gonna be an interesting thing. But I thought we had a good game plan in the first half. We did a lot of, I don't know if it wasn't all by design, but we had a lot of quarterback runs. We had a lot of, we had a nice little game plan going. We up 10-3, and Zy McDonald come in, and I was like, we got a chance, what I'm saying, we can kind of make him uncomfortable, but dude ripped off a couple big runs, and that touchdown before half, man, I think that was a game changer. I'm not saying that if they don't score there, we win. I ain't saying that, but coming out of half, just you get the ball anyway. So, they had a chance to go in the half and get right. And, we were still in the game. That fumble that we had, that really hurt us. You know what I'm saying? We were down 17-10. That fumble, they just you good field position, they score. We're holding a field goal and they score. And from then on, it was kind of just waiting for that next shooter drop, man. And it took a little while for it to fully drop. But JSU is what they are, man. They did what a good team's supposed to do. They took punch and they responded, man. Any other team probably would have folded, but they didn't. And we couldn't do enough to keep the game going the way we wanted it to go. And I say it all the time, and y'all know I say this, man. That boy Herb Mulligan, bro. That dude is a fool, man. That touchdown he scored, I was like, bro, ain't no way he got away from our dudes. Our dude had him wrapped up in some kind of way. He got loose and got in, but I like it, man. Before we go any further, man, I like to shout out the JSU people at the game, man. They had a lot of great people sitting around us, man. A lot of folks around us who watch our shows, man. So I was able to chop it up with everybody, man. They had a good time, and get, I was glad I was able to go up there, man, because it was a nice day, man. Even though the result didn't go our way, it was a nice little outing, man. I had a good time Saturday, so um, definitely, looking forward to this game on Saturday. But I'm gonna let Jerome speak on the game a little bit too. What was your thoughts, Jerome?
I think that same fumble that you're talking about was created by the safety after the receiver made that catch,
Yeah,
and he would have had a first down, and then the safety came up and hit him and caused him to fumble. I don't know if that's the one you're talking about, but that safety made a championship play right there to me on that play, and that changed the whole game for JSU. He hit the receiver, caused the fumble, got up and recovered the fumble, and then after that, that's when JSU the ball just started to roll and continue to roll downhill. Because before that, Southern had them kind of stunted a little bit, and then when they scored, it was what 10-7. And I think the immediate got the kick return and the face mask, and they went back and scored right real quick, and that was another turning point. So, but it was a good game. But I think that JSU depth and just overall talent, like you say, by bringing in the backup quarterback, and it seemed like he took them to another level. So it was a good win, and they proved to be the best team in the SWAC this year.
yeah. Like I said, like I said the whole while, man. I thought that it would take a whole lot for Southern to stay in that game. We would have had to do so much, and for a half we did it, but you cannot play a team like that and make them kind of mistakes. They're gonna capitalize. The kind of stuff that we typically get away with, you're not gonna get away with them. And so the better team won, man. Like I said, I can't normally, man. When I leave out that stadium, I ain't even lie. When I lose and I leave out that stadium, I usually be highly upset. But I was, I was all right. You know what I'm saying? But it hurt. It always hurt to lose to Jackson State. I don't care what it is. It always hurt. But when you go out there, you do everything you can, and it ain't enough. Ain't much else you can say but tip your hat to the other team and keep pushing, man. So now, I'm hoping JSU win, man. Because I don't want the MEAC to take nothing else. So it's up to JSU to control this for the SWAC now.
I
Yeah,
agree.
most definitely agree. Yeah, you know what? It's more than just the sweat, man. It's just for the. I want this win because I want this win, and when we win, I'm gonna dedicate it to the Prime Mitch, man.
Oh yeah, this is a big thing now. This is a big thing. Speak on that. Speak on that.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of Prime Mitch still out there. Still felt like Dion built this team and TC built this team from scratch, man. Oldest in there, but maybe a handful, about 20 players left, man. And a lot of them guys wasn't even really starters. They was most of walk-ons and contributors on the practice team. So, man, this gonna be a little sweeter because I know TC even heard the noise from not only the coalition but his own fans at Jackson State. So it'll be a little sweeter, we can get this W. I think the way the Prime went about it, man, it just wasn't deserved for him to win it like that. I think it was more so hey, this is TC moment, and hopefully he can pull it out and bask in the moment. Because man, he really stayed down. And this not only gonna be a true win for Jack State fans, but true SWAC fans.
Yeah, I mean, All heck breaking loose in the house. Let me shut that
Yeah,
down.
but yeah, man. But yeah, it'll be definitely a great win for Jackson State that they can go and get this because they've been there 3 times and could have come up empty-handed. That's. But I like to see when the SWAC dominate this series. That's what I want. That's what I want. I want just complete domination from the SWAC.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
we started it, so we want to continue it.
I feel like, man, whoever go at any point, the goal should be the same, man. Like from here on, we need to start to right the ship in this game and the MEAC SWAC challenge. It's like we cannot continue to fall behind these dudes, bro. And I feel like if we got a really good team on top, everybody else need to rise to meet that. So, you know, TC laid his blueprint. Everybody else behind got to lay their blueprint. And when you got a really good team in the league, man, a lot of time it do make other people step up and meet the challenge. So, it can only, like they say, a rising tide lift all boats. So, we all got to do our part and carry on. Whoever make it got to carry it, man. Regardless of what go on. But before we go any further, man, I do want to shout out Christopher Dukes, man. Good meeting you at the game, man. I found out from him that Willie Simmons got the FIU job. So, hey, salute to him, man. It's good to chop it up with my peoples out there. And anybody else, it's good to see y'all while we out there because I know I had to kind of carry myself a little differently because I know people were looking at me, so I didn't want to get too stupid when Southern was getting crazy. But I salute everybody for checking us out and showing us love and support because we can't do none of this without none of y'all. And it's a blessing to be able to have people recognize who you are, man. It's a different kind of feeling. But I'm excited, man. I'm looking forward to this game, man. Hopefully I'll be able to catch the majority of it. And let's talk about the game a little bit. Let's talk about this South Carolina State team, man.
I got to talk about something right quick before we jump in.
Oh, go ahead. Do your thing.
I just want to reach out to people. Hey, I think. Hey, can someone tell us how we can be a part of the media so we be on the sideline reporting this stuff? Because I don't understand how a dude like Charleston White get media credentials and everything before your boy C. Wills, your boy Jerome, your boy Jamie, and everything before all things else, man. Because when they ain't there, we gonna be here forever in the SWAC. So if somebody show us how to, get this media credential, because we are media. Z Webb been doing this a minute. Also myself, hey, they were even before Dion, so and everybody else coming here. So man, I'd just like to know how we can get that going, get the ball rolling, and not just the dope boys and Charleston White be on the sideline. I think we need the real SWAC media to be on these sidelines, man. So hopefully we can get that opportunity one day.
Well,
Yeah,
see,
like I said, we'll see what Like I said, bro, we got to keep. We got to keep on grinding, man. Like I said, sometimes the SWAC they don't respect people like us, man. They don't respect the people that grind for them and put their stuff out there every week, man. It's a lot of people who do this and they don't show enough love to nobody, really. So
And don't
for
get me
whatever
wrong,
reason,
and it was another cat, man, and no offense to him, but how can you give a dude that played football at Ole Miss that has no ties to the SWAC, no ties at all to the SWAC, and give him a special pass into the game on the sideline? Come on now.
you got to rock with the people that put on for you, man. It's one of them things like they don't, unlike a lot of leagues, man. For whatever reason, the SWAC don't view the people who do this. They don't view them as anything, man. You look at any other league, they appreciate anybody that put on for them, man. No matter whether you got a small channel, whether you got a national channel, whether you do this, whether you do that, they appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? But for whatever reason, they don't. And so that's a battle we just got to keep fighting, man. We just got to keep on fighting, and if we ever get our foot in the door, we kicking it in. That's just real. We just got to get our foot to that door, because if we get it done, we kicking it in. That's 100 though. We kicking that thing in if we ever get there.
Yep.
Hey, if he knows somebody, then who we need to know. put us in connection with who we need to know, and then we'll make this thing happen.
See, Wells, you got to talk with J Max at Southern. He put you in
Oh yeah,
contact with
like
the
I
right
said,
people.
hey, like I said, we just got to put our foot in the right spot, man. Keep on doing what we doing, and we'll get there, man. Like I say, getting the recognition from the people is first and foremost, and we getting that, and we're gonna continue to go, man. This season, I think this year was a good year for us. I don't want to get too sentimental, especially we ain't at the start of the year yet. But we've been doing a lot of things since this channel started, man, and we started really, really small. And so now we growing, man, and we gonna keep on doing it. And 25 gonna be even better. And we just gonna keep on doing what we do. They're gonna have to at some point, man, they're gonna have to recognize, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to recognize it. We just gonna keep on doing what we do. And that's doing it the SWAC smoke way, man. We're gonna continue to do what we do. And it's gonna pop for us.
Yep.
But hey, like I said, we'll do it one way or the other. We'll do it our way, we're gonna do it our way. So it's like they either gonna get down or lay down, and we're gonna keep on doing what we do. That's just how it go. They're gonna have to recognize at some point.
Right. You gotta you gonna pull up the South Carolina State stuff.
Yeah, man. Let me go and get this up here for these Bulldogs, man.
I haven't seen them since they played FAMU.
And that was the first game of the season for them, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was their first game, and I can't remember. Season been a blur since then. For me, a lot of up and down.
All right, so I'm gonna kind of throw out a few numbers. I ain't gonna go crazy with it, but I'm gonna throw out a few numbers on them, and we'll just kind of chop it up, because you gotta know what you're facing, and they've been a pretty solid team. They're on an 8-game winning streak. They basically after they lost to Georgia Southern, they won the rest of their games from now on out. Their offense averaging 35 points per game. Defense giving up 20. They averaging 153 yards on the ground, 4.2 yards per carry. They giving up 114 on the ground and 3.5 yards per carry. That's gonna be an interesting matchup. They run defense against Jackson State, run offense. Their passing game has been really good this season. They 272 yards per game, 25 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Defensively, they're giving up 179 yards per game, 18 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Total offense, 426 yards per game, 6.5 yards per play. Opponents, 294 yards per game, 4.9 yards per play. I like to look at third down conversion rate. That's huge to me. They have 42% on offense, 31 on defense. And defensively, they have 36 sacks. They got a really good defensive front, really aggressive, and they're giving up 20 sacks on the offensive line. And of course, Eric Phoenix is their leading passer. He has 2,460 yards on the season, 20 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. I think their receiving core is really good. They got a lot of dudes that can make plays. Caden High, 58 catches, 892 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Justin Smith-Brown, 49 catches, 725 yards, 4 touchdowns. Carter, 38 catches, 592 yards, and 6 touchdowns. And then they tight end, Keyshawn Toney, 26 catches, 287 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So, yeah, you can see where they like to go with the ball when they put it in the air.
It sounds like they have what it takes to do, like I have been saying earlier in the season, to keep to kind of pass Jackson State out of their running game by scoring the ball. You understand, through the air quickly. But Oh, that remained to be seen, but it sounds like they have what it takes to do that. And I remember they had at least, I want to say, 2 running backs. I remember from the first game of the season that ran pretty hard.
Yeah,
I can't remember their numbers, but
Adams and Duhart, they both run the ball pretty well. Adams 497 yards and 5 touchdowns, average 5.2 yards per carry. Um, Duhart 443 yards, he averaged 4 yards per carry and 7 touchdowns. And Phoenix, he chipped in 225 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns. So they run the ball pretty well, but they looking like they want to throw it. Look like they want to throw it more.
So it's strength on strength, like Jackson defense versus South Carolina's offense, State's offense. Strength on strength.
Yeah, I like I said, I think both teams kind of, I won't say they mirror each other because Jackson State is a running team first, but they can throw the ball. But both teams defensively, they seem like they both get after the run really well, and they're opportunistic on defense. They both got, I think Jackson State got like 15 or 16 interceptions this season. They got 14. Neither team really giving up a lot of yardage through the air. So I think it's gonna be an interesting matchup. To me, obviously, the biggest difference in a game like this is special teams. The Jackson State return unit is by far better than what South Carolina State got in terms of just production this season. South Carolina State ain't really had a huge return at all this season. Jackson State, of course, we know what they can do with that return game, and that's hitting yardage. That could be the difference in a game like this. Being able to start 10 to 15 yards closer than normal is huge, and being able to flip the field with your punting unit. I know the punter from Jackson State got a little banged up on Saturday. I'm assuming he should be okay. If he is, then that's a key weapon for them as well. I think a lot of things do favor Jackson State in this game, but by no means is it going to be a cakewalk. But I think if Jackson State do what they do, I think they should be fine in this game. But it's going to be a battle. It's definitely going to be a battle.
Well, does South Carolina State still use the undersized defensive lineman, or did they kind of change that since they got Chennisberry there? You know how in the past.
Let's look at they guys on the D line.
Mm-hmm. I know they got little small shifty receivers though.
Oh yeah, they definitely got that for sure. They two ends are 6'4", 235. They from St. Pete, and 6'2", 235. So they decent size on the outside.
Yeah.
They active though. They active. Broaden and Hall, they combined for 17 and a half tackles for loss and 19 and a half sacks. They really
getting
active.
Up the field. They getting up the field.
Oh yeah, they definitely gonna be making plays. They're gonna try to get back there and make as many plays as they can. But that's really, to me, when you just look at the numbers, obviously, other guys do chip in, but those are the guys that you gotta kind of be aware of at all times.
Southern DNs caused problems at the beginning of that game for Jackson. Both ends were getting, it was getting in the backfield doing a lot last weekend. So that could be an issue this week coming into this week's game.
Yeah, I think if you do that, you have to tackle. If you're getting back there, you have to tackle. A lot of time, especially late in the game, we got back there and we wasn't tackling. And it's gonna take a solid effort from South Carolina State to get those guys on the ground. But if Jackson State can run the ball, they're gonna neutralize a lot of that. And Jackson State will screen you too. Now, if you get too aggressive, they will screen the hell out of you. And I know that from watching Southern play them 2 times. They're not scared to go where you came from. So if they get too aggressive, they will.
Now they do the reverse real quick too now, and jet back to the opposite side.
Yeah, they're gonna take advantage of that aggressiveness. So you're gonna have to kind of pick your spots, but you open yourself up to other things. So I like I said, I think defensively they've been really solid. They haven't really been gashed on the ground. I think they gave up. I think I saw they gave up like 200 and some yards to Norfolk State, but that was a blowout. They gave up 200 some yards to Delaware State, but that was a blowout too. So most games they've been pretty solid. But it's a big challenge for both teams. We talk about one thing we talk about a lot, and I go back and forth on it every time we talk about it, and that's the time off. I think it's good to get you guys rest, but sometimes I think sometimes it's good to just keep going. If you already coming off of a game, you kind of already know where you stand. Now you don't have to spend time to kind of make sure you guys lock back in. So, and that's going to be an interesting thing how both teams start. I do think Jackson State cannot start slow on offense.
Not like they did last week. Not against Southern. They're gonna have to have a better first half than what they played last week in this game, because South Carolina State will put more points. Like I know their offense is more efficient than Southern's.
Yeah, you're gonna get a different offensive challenge. But I do want to ask. I'm gonna ask Big Soldier, since I know he watched JSU pretty much all year. I noticed early in the game, man, it looked like there was a lot of confusion, like on offense early. Guys coming in and out. Saying, is that something that Jack State been doing a lot, or is that kind of like a one game type of thing?
Big Soldier done checked out.
We'll catch him. But like I said, it looked like they kind of had a few guys coming in and out, and kind of got late starts on some plays. But like I said, I think for either team in a game like this, you have to start fast. Like I said, that's something we say about every game. But games like this, I think it's important for you to start fast. You don't want to fall behind. Because you just don't want to give that team the opportunity to get up on you.
Well, JSU, the quarterback, I know he kind of got dinged up a little bit in that game. So, I guess I don't know which one they're going to play. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's one disadvantage to having to turn around and play again right quick. But if you have an injury, you don't really have a time to let it heal. You got to, you just got to keep going. So whereas South Carolina State probably, if they did have somebody dinged up, they had a chance to get it right.
Because I think actually they had some. I think their quarterback got banged up before their last game, and so they got time. They had time to heal. But like I said, I think that's one. That's one of the things that I go back and forth on, and I think it all, like you said, it all depends. A game where your guys getting kind of banged up, and then you got to turn around and play again. You got to kind of find that sweet spot and all of that. But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know really how she make it work, other than adding an extra week in between.
As far as Jackson, they just got to keep rolling off the momentum that they have. And just, they know they just only got a couple more days to keep that focus, and it's over. They just got to just pretty much press through. And it looked like, in my opinion, TC has had them focused all season long. I don't see that they really have been that distracted, other than that one time they got into the little whatever. But I don't think they are that team that's gonna lose their focus. I think they'll be able to maintain and follow through this weekend.
Yeah, I agree. I think that was, if it was one thing that they had early in the season, I felt like they would get up, and then they would kind of let up. But from probably A&M, the Alabama A&M game on, I think they did a good job of just keeping their foot on the gas and not letting teams back in the game. So I think that goes a long way with games like this. Keeping yourself locked in. And if things go the way you want them, understand that punch gonna be coming from the other team. You just got to be able to take it and keep pushing. So I think a lot of stuff shape up for Jackson State in this game. I think they got a good chance in this game. Um, and I expect them to, I expect them to come out ready to play. And honestly, I think they're gonna take care of business in this game. At least
Uh,
that's.
I got a question though. I got a SWAC smoke question.
All right,
Are
go
we
ahead.
gonna be able to deal with the Jackson State fans if they do win? Am I gonna even be able to come on and get on the air? Can I log on Facebook? Can I Instagram? Can I do anything? Are they gonna just
if
wear
they
me out?
if they win, you might want to you might want to just brace yourself for you before you log in or anything, because
Are they gonna never let me hear the end of it?
I, I think you might need to just worry about the group chat first. You might need to
I ain't even reading the group chat. I ain't even reading that. I ain't
if
gonna,
if they win, Big Soldier gonna be
I know.
blowing that thing.
I know it. I know it. I
Magic
Here
know
you
City,
go.
Magic City open, they win.
it. They don't care.
Oh,
Win, lose, or draw, they gonna be all right.
oh yeah, it's going. One thing you're not gonna stop them from talking, regardless of the outcome. And you just gotta, you know what I'm saying. You gotta kind of roll with the punches because they waiting to get on everybody. So
I know.
you just gotta log in
Just
and just
ride the
be ready
wave.
for it all. You just gotta be ready for it all.
It's gonna be a
But
whole year worth if they do win, because you ain't gonna be able to get them quiet till they out of it next year. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm telling all y'all out there, just settle in, because it's gonna be a bumpy ride. You're gonna be tired of hearing about it.
hey, like they say, the victor go to spoils, man. You get the dub, man. You can say what you want, and the rest of us just got to kind of deal with it. But I would, I would love to be in a position to be in that position because I would love to be able to just unequivocally talk my noise, man. Which we that's what we do. At all of us, that's a swag thing. We talk regardless, but it's gonna be
That's true.
the coalition gonna be the nah. I'm a part of the coalition, but on Saturday, man, I'm swag. You know what I'm saying? Like because and I'm gonna tell you why. Just like we get tired of the bickering back and forth between the rest of us, I hate to hear the MEAC people talk, man. Because I'm like, number one, y'all got like two good teams. The rest of y'all ain't really hitting on nothing. So how can y'all talk about anybody else? You know what I'm saying? Like, when the last time any of them other than South Carolina State or North Carolina Central then won the MEAC? It been
Right.
forever.
Right.
So I
It
don't,
ain't no,
like
it ain't no, it ain't no gauntlet to go through, like having to go through 8, 9 teams in the conference that's all out to get you. Oh, you understand what I'm saying? It's a
yeah.
little different when you only got them 5 games to play. Even though they 5 games tough, but you still got 4 more you have to add on in the SWAC.
Man, man, the last time Morgan State won a championship, man, I was a baby. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. The last time Delaware State won the MEAC was what 2007. I was that was the only time I ever stuck up for MEAC team because they had been talking all this noise with Delaware people because they wanted to play Delaware. You know what I'm saying? And Delaware didn't really want to play them and blah 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 blah. So of course I was on the board in a given Saturday. And so I was riding with the HBCU people, you know what I'm saying? So I stuck up for MEAC and I stuck up for Delaware State. And they go down there and get bombed like 41-7, bro. Like never again, you know what I'm saying? So I, I'm done. It's all swag love, baby. You know what I'm saying? Because we take a lot of shots in the people throw a lot of stones at us in the swag. So sometimes we gotta do like 300 and you know what I'm saying, make the little formation with our shields, man. And then after that, and then like the way I look at it, we ride together, and then Saturday we all good. Then Sunday at 8 o'clock, bro, we can get back to it. You know what I'm saying? We can get back
That's
to it
probably
then.
that's what it's gonna be like. That's probably what it'll be like. Well, I know y'all don't want to hear about it, but I'm gonna go ahead on and bring it up. We also have the band championship this weekend, or whatever they call it, the ESPN Battle of the Band competition, and family will be representing for the SWAC. So I want all of y'all to have that same SWAC love for the Marching 100 that y'all got for Jackson State, that we got for Jackson State football team. We need that same SWAC love poured into the Marching 100 so we can come out of Atlanta with 2 trophies this weekend.
So
What is
just like you said earlier, it's gonna be hard to deal with y'all. Y'all win that thing, right?
Hey, we want the same SWAC circle wagon formation. We need all of that this weekend in Atlanta at the Georgia Dome on Friday night. And what it is, the Mercedes-Benz Dome, Friday night and on Saturday night. We need both of them, right? The circle of wagons.
Hey, we all stick together at once, man. You know, like I say, sometimes you gotta, sometimes the Bloods and Crips get down together. You know what I'm saying? So we got to every now and then, kick it together, and then we can go back we can go back and do what we do, man. Just keep it, keep it simple for one weekend, and then Sunday we can get back to the stuff. It's all good. But I'm looking forward to everything, man. I really honestly, man. I'm really looking forward to one of these days I can actually get to the Celebration Bowl. That's like the only thing I really ain't been to yet. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, next couple of years I can pull up regardless of who's there, because this is just about the experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The experience of that is really nice, man. But I never really got to experience like the stuff that's like the pregame type stuff, before the game and everything, because it's really not in a great location where the pregame. Cause I think all the other stuff going on like behind the stadium, because when you first walk up, it's you see the entrance, and most people what they're gonna do go in there. But I think they had some of the best concessions. I know it's cheap. I know you probably get a hamburger and chicken tenders and drinks for under $20. I don't know how it is now, but they might,
Israel.
Think
No,
one
go
of the
ahead.
best places. Think it's one of the best places to watch a football game, though. I enjoy Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
I ain't been there yet.
I rode by it. I ain't never been in there. Israel, you can go. Make sure you go if you be in town. You want to see the 100 so bad. You can go on over there Friday night and check them out. You've been asking to see them all season long. You've been asking and begging and wanting to come to a city near you. Now they are near a city near you. They traveled up there. This is your opportunity to come see them.
Hey, so we all want to see the 100 this weekend, man.
That's the Israel, because he in the chat messing with him. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I got to work. Like I was telling you earlier, well, so I'll probably catch the first quarter, so some kind of way while I'm working. But then after that, I'll catch it, and then I got a Christmas party Saturday night to go to.
Yeah, it's that time of year, man. Everything get busy, man. Like I said, I kind of going back because I seen a couple comments about the stadium. I used to love the Georgia Dome. I ain't even gonna lie to you with them old ugly green seats. But I I think we had played one of the first games in the Georgia Dome. We played South Carolina State in '92, I think it was. '93, one of them we had played them in and that was one of the best places to be. But like I said, I need to get in that new state. Well, it ain't really that new anymore, but I need to catch a game now for sure.
Yeah, I saw FAMU and Southern in the Georgia Dome. I want to say 2 times.
Yeah, '95 we played twice in the.
Mm-hmm.
We
I
won,
think the
we
last
won
time.
both games.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all won. I can't remember. I don't know. Y'all might have won.
I'm telling you,
I
we
don't
did.
know. Y'all might have won. Y'all might have won. Y'all might have won. Y'all might have
We
won.
won in the regular season, then we won in the Heritage Bowl. That was in
No, I ain't
'95.
talking about that. No, I ain't talking. I'm talking about me
We
personally.
talking about
I went to the when FAMU played Southern in Atlanta. That was what
you talking
2012,
about 2011?
11, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, we played up there in 11 and 12.
yeah, yeah. I went to that.
Yeah, I went up there. I was up there in 11 when y'all beat us.
I don't remember who won. I remember though. I remember that just going to that. I remember the stadium, and that was my first time going in there. And I like that you could walk all the way around like the whole stadium in a circle up there at the top and see it and still see everything. You know,
Yeah.
it was like a big club around all the way around. It was like a big circle nightclub. So I like
And
that.
one thing I can tell you is if I was there, I can tell you if Southern won or lost, I'll never forget. Sometimes I wish I did forget, but I don't know. I can never forget.
Shoot, that was a long time ago though, right? That was a long time ago. Seemed like anyway. But
It was long enough. It was long enough. It was a
yeah,
long weekend too. But
yeah.
they used to be my old stomping grounds, man. So it was always good. It was always good to get back up there, man. And I spent some of my formative years up there, man. My first real time living out the house. I was staying up there.
Oh, oh man. So you had a good fun lifestyle. You lived that Atlanta
Yeah,
dream.
I had a good time up there, man. I had a good time up there.
Yeah.
I stayed up there a couple of years, man. Had to come back though.
Living too good.
Yeah, it was a little too much fun. Had to come back and get right, you know.
Yeah, reel it in. I hear you.
Yeah, yeah,
So you gonna make your prediction? Y'all gonna make y'all score prediction on the game?
yeah. I'll let y'all go first. I'm gonna let y'all go first.
Want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go
You
first.
go first.
Well, I figure that I'm thinking that Jackson State defense is gonna show up and be more of a factor in this game than people giving them credit for. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that I'm thinking it's gonna be kind of lower scoring than people expecting. So I'm going with 28-17 Jackson State. That's what I'm gonna go with.
All right.
That ain't no bad score right there.
No, that ain't bad at all.
I noticed both teams scored quite much, but I think it's going to be up to these defenses to really control the tempo of the game and the whole outcome of the game. I think I'm gonna give a score like I think special teams gonna have a lot to play in this too. So I can see like a 20 27-20 game.
It's a toss up. It's gonna come down to one play.
Yeah, 27-20 JSU. But I think JSU controls the second half. And
Yeah,
I
I
think we're
feel.
gonna and I think we're gonna get a special teams touchdown.
Yeah, I do too. I said I think I said like 27-23 Jackson State, like 28-23, something
Mm-hmm.
like that. I think it's gonna be one of them games that it's gonna be. I don't know. It's gonna seem a little bit closer than what it is. I do think, like you said, I do think a big special team score gonna be in the mix somewhere, and I wouldn't be surprised if a defensive score popped up. But I think JSU gonna be able to control the game with their ground game, and that's gonna slow things way down. And I think fourth quarter, their run game gonna really pop off, and probably gonna bust it open in that regard.
I just hope Jackson State can find creative ways to run the football because I noticed that they like to go off tackle a lot, and that's where they hit a lot of their big plays off tackle. Uh, and I know it seemed like a lot of teams in the SWAC had kind of picked up on it, and JSU had problems. They kind of had a little issue running the ball on Southern for a little bit.
Yeah,
So
until
I think,
they figured
yeah.
out just hit them on the outside. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think you got to kind of mix it up a little bit, and come with some reverses or jet sweeps or something like that. Just
I,
even short passes, man. Anything that kind of spread that defense out a little bit, and then come back and hit them.
I expect to see two quarterbacks from JSU, especially if they need a spark after what the backup did last weekend. And even if it's nothing but for a series, just to kind of keep South Carolina State on their toes. But if I was South Carolina State, I would expect to see. I would prepare for both of them. I would expect to see him out there.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to ignore, what I'm saying, a guy who possibly could come out there. But because you got to also look at it, that offense changes a lot when McDonald come out there. I mean, his
Right.
legs are dynamic, and so that's gonna really make you have to be aware of where he is at all time. I mean, Morgan not a slouch, but he's not that kind of runner like that. So if he gets free, that's a touchdown. If McDonald
Right.
get free, that's a touchdown. Same thing with McCarby out there. That's what I'm saying. Them guys get to the corner, that could be a touchdown. But there's an interesting comment here I wanted to touch on. Conference USA referees calling this game and say that they kind of favor teams that pass the ball. So, it might be, a little bit disadvantage if you're a little handsy, you know what I'm saying? In the SWAC, I know in the SWAC, a lot of our teams are handsy on defense. So you gonna, if you got refs that gonna be tight with that, that could be a interesting thing against a team that like to throw the ball, you know what I'm saying? So, may not be a ton of big penalties, but it could be something that kind of slow the aggressiveness down a little bit.
They can't throw a flag on every play.
Oh yeah, I mean they can't call holding every play. So you got to. It's a gamble, man. You just got. Hey, like
You
I
got to just
always
play
say,
your game, baby. Play your game.
you got to do what you do. And like I say, I follow a team, man. That our defensive backs is handsy, like a eighth grader. You know what I'm saying? We like to put hands on people, but you got to make them. You know what I'm saying? You have to make them adjust to that. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes referees are, and sometimes they're calling and sometimes they won't. And sometimes that can slow a guy down. If a guy not used to having people be physical with him,
Touching.
it could change it. It could change the perception of the game. It could make him start to look over his shoulder. He might drop one that he normally won't because he's not used to people putting hands on him like that. So, like you said, you gotta do what you do and just I don't think at this point, this is what the 14th game for Jackson State. You don't change anything. You do what you do, and you let the chips fall where they fall. So I think I think they got a really good chance in this game. Just stay locked in and don't get caught up in anything outside of what's going on.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I got one thing I want to say before we get off the air, but go ahead and finish it.
Nah, go ahead and say what you want to say.
I don't know where we going with this one.
That's why I say go ahead and say.
No, I talked with Jamie about it. I talked with Jamie about it earlier. Called him earlier this week.
We talked about it.
And I was
Great.
just wanted to say congratulations to Willie Simmons on getting a job at FIU and all of that. You know, it's good to see him get elevated and move up like that. But it also hurt to see him get snatched away from us when he could have been right there at our school doing the same thing. And then it's ironic because they hired one of our band directors last year down at FIU. He the head of their band down there. So I just want them to stay from looking over our fence in our backyard. That's what I
Well,
want to do.
well, at least technically with Willie, they ain't look over y'all fence. Really, they they just followed
Well,
him down the street and then looked over their fence. but
yeah, well,
but
whatever the
I
case may be.
yeah, I do want to say like you say, I do want to give congratulate him on getting that job. I know when he left, he kind of had a goal of being an FBS head coach, and he was able to parlay 1 year at Duke into a head coach job at FIU, which I think he's gonna do. It's tough there, but I think being in Miami, the school support and they really buy into football, which they haven't consistently did ever. But I think a guy like that do have the potential to be successful there. They want him. He happy to be there. He out there already working. Um,
They
it
they got
only
all the
it only make
support. They got
yeah,
all that
and it only
support from Pitbull and all that stuff down there. They're getting a lot of support dumped into the football program. So I expect them to do pretty good. And I watched the press conference, and I'm hearing them saying that giving the 7 Fs and all that kind of stuff, boy. Just it made me feel some kind of way a little bit. I was like, he's supposed to be giving this same speech to our incoming players this spring.
but I do want to tell him one thing though. Don't bring up nothing self-inflicted no more, okay? Just let that rock. Leave the
He'll be all right.
self-inflicted stuff alone. But no,
He he
like I
he
said,
gonna run up on one of them now. Come on now, you don't think he gonna run up on one of them in at the FBS level?
I'm sure
He
he's
gonna
gonna
have
run up
he
on
gonna
a
have a
few of them.
self-inflicted game.
I'm sure he's gonna run up on a few of them, especially early. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I'm looking, like I said, I'm looking forward to following it. Because it was a little bit of point in time when that job came open, they was pushing for him, but then it looked like he wasn't gonna get it, and so I was actually a little bit surprised when I heard that. But I think that looks good for everybody, man. That you can go from I don't, like I said, I don't really want our jobs to be stepping stones nowhere. But as a coach, you always got goals and aspirations.
Aspiration, get
But
higher.
it it
Yeah.
it looked good, for coaches to be able to come from our schools and move up. It's like one man said. I know a lot of y'all don't like that man, but he said at some point you either got to terminate or elevate. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey man.
I
So
I live by that quote, man. But I'm I. But no, seriously though. But I'm excited for him, man. I think it's a good look, and hopefully that will influence a lot of our schools to start hiring better coaches, man. Because I think it kind of hurts me to look at some of these jobs come open and see some of the names that's thrown around for these jobs. Like, and I saw a coaching list. Now I don't know if it was fan made or if it was like it was like the actual candidates, but Alabama A&M job, the first name on that list was Chennis Berry. I'm like, that man is not leaving South Carolina State after 1 year to go to
I,
Alabama A&M.
yeah, if they come that money come right, he will.
I mean, yeah, I mean, they
You
all
already
putting
know.
all
You
putting some
already
stuff.
know them. That's our rich partners up there now. They come on now. That's NASA. That's Toyota money.
It is, and they put, and I ain't gonna hold them, man. They putting money
It's
into
nice
their
up there though.
programs.
It's a beautiful thing. I told you that's one of my favorite fan bases, Alabama. Shout out to y'all. Y'all have the wonderful
he
facilities
say
and
that all the time.
the money
He love them.
and the
Hey,
best tailgates and everything. And I'm looking forward to going up to Huntsville again to see my Alabama A&M family. But
hey, can
don't
we
be
get
surprised.
that game automobile, bro? Can
Huh?
somebody get that game automobile? I said, can somebody get that game automobile and back to home and home?
Right. Yes. I can't wait to go to Huntsville. It's one of the nicest places in America. If you ever been up there, you'll see why.
Oh yeah,
They have rich
it's nice
they
up
have
there.
rich
I'm not.
alumni. So
I'm not
it's
even gonna lie.
slide Barry up there now.
It's nice up there. I had a good time almost every time I've been up there. But I look, they are putting a lot of money and support into their athletic department. So I think that can only make things better. But like I said, I would just like to see a better variance of names in some of these coaching searches. But at the same time, you got a lot of schools, repeating. Like you see Rich Rod going back to West Virginia. You know what I'm saying? Like all these coaches, these schools just going back and repeating coaches. Man, like people don't really get outside the box like people think they do. But for us,
Carolina
I think it's
outside the
important.
box.
I know
Carolina got
they
outside
got
the box.
Belichick, man. I don't know how that's gonna work. Honestly, I don't know how that's gonna work. I
That's
look
crazy.
forward to it. Though. I look forward to the first time he yell at one of them cheering, man.
That's gonna be crazy. Like he gonna be like Woody Hayes or somebody trying to coach these kids.
And you
That's
can't
gonna
do
be
you
crazy.
can't do that no more.
Yeah, you
You
can't
can't
do
do none
all
of that
that.
stuff no more.
Yeah.
You cannot do none of that. And yeah, I would love to see the coach from Valdosta get a job. But have y'all heard about Valdosta might be joining it? I think the SIAC. I think they're interested in bringing them in.
Valdosta State.
Yeah,
Oh
I
man,
saw some what they talk about. They might try to bring them into the SIAC.
they gonna run that thing forever and a day if they do bring them in there. They
Yeah,
ain't gonna do themselves no favors
you
about
don't really
winning
want
those.
them problems.
They will get just count out of getting championship for a minute.
Hey, I know this is a football show. I know y'all don't really like basketball, but right now
I
Bethune
love
Cookman,
basketball. Definitely
right
support
now
basketball. I really do.
Bethune Cookman is leading Virginia 23-18, man. So that's a low scoring. It's the second half. That's a low scoring game, 23-18 in the second half. So um, that's something to bear a lookout on. Um,
I've been I've been watching Rattler basketball, keeping up with the scores. They beat some teams, Presbyterian, I call them the Catholic schools, but they beat them bad, 120 something. 53. They were putting up a lot of points. So I say it's good that they're getting a good look and seeing the ball going through the basket. And we need to get some teams we can beat up on or whatever too. Like we always get some teams play us and build their confidence. We need to get some confidence going into the SWAC play. So I'm
yeah,
just happy that they've been getting some wins.
and we need I know money and all of that, but we need to play more games against teams like that and get them wins. You know what I'm saying? Like playing them mid-level teams and mid-major teams, you know what I'm saying, being able to beat some of them, it go a long way in helping you, man. Like it don't I mean obviously, you can win all them games and then turn around and not win nothing in the SWAC, but being able to come into conference play with 4 or 5 wins under your belt, it look a
Some
whole lot better than
confidence.
coming in. Yeah, it look a
Yeah.
whole lot better than coming in over. You know what I'm saying? And having to run the table in the conference to have a good record. So it makes it a lot better, and I think it makes you a more complete team. But like I said, of course we're gonna be dipping more into basketball in the next coming weeks. But I know there's a football place. I know all y'all love football, so we always got to keep football first. But basketball is my baby, so I'm looking forward. I always look forward to basketball season.
You see, I got my helmets out there representing for y'all. There they go.
Yeah, I see you. I see
Yeah.
you. Hold it down.
That's the
Hold it down.
Championship
Well, we're
week.
gonna go. And hopefully everybody, if you're going to Atlanta, man, y'all be safe out there. Be careful as usual, man. Y'all enjoy. We all be tuning in. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing on up and get on up out of here, man. And start getting ready for the weekend, man. Y'all got anything y'all want to say before we get up out of here?
Go Tigers, and hopefully when I see y'all next week, we be champions. That's what I had to say.
I'm
Hey,
gonna say
let's
this.
hope, man.
I'm gonna just say go SWAC. I ain't gonna say. I can't say that another stuff. I just say go SWAC.
Hey, that works right now. We'll stick with that. That works right now. So go SWAC and let's make it happen.
Yeah, that's the best way to handle that.
So like I said, we'll make it happen. And like I said, we'll be back next week with another edition of SWAC Smoke. Hopefully when we sign back in, we got a celebration bowl on our belt and for my folks over there in the orange and green, hopefully we bring back the band of the year trophy or whatever it is. Let's make it a clean sweep, you know.
Yes, sir.
Let's take it all.
Yes, sir.
So with
Yes,
that
sir.
being said, man, we'll go ahead and get on up out of here, man. And like I said, I thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll be back next week.
Peace.
Holla.
In the Middle East.